Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Tonight's article comes from Indy100.com, and the title is Miley Cyrus Claims She Once Had an Experience with an Alien After Being Chased by a UFO. And it was posted 4 days ago. And there is Miley herself, if you don't know what she looks like. Don't know that there's that many people that don't, but just in case. Miley Cyrus has claimed that she once had an experience with an alien. The singer said that the whole ordeal was so distressing that it left her unable to look at the sky for days. Speaking to Interview magazine, Cyrus responded to a question about alien life. She said, "I had an experience, actually. I was driving through San Bernardino with my friend, and I got chased down by some sort of UFO." She continued, "I'm pretty sure about what I saw, but I'd also bought weed wax from a guy in a van in front of a taco shop, so it could have been the weed wax." Cyrus then described the UFO as looking like a flying snowplow that was glowing yellow. She insists that her friend saw it too, as did a couple of other cars on the road. Later in the interview, she claimed she had made eye contact with the alien. Cyrus said, "It looked at me and we made eye contact, and I think that's what really shook me. Looking into the eyes of something that I couldn't quite wrap my head around." She added, "I was shaken for like 5 days. It effed me up. I couldn't really look at the sky the same. I thought they might come back. Miley, we imagine the weed wax had something to do with it." Now, that is the article that I'm reading here. That's not my opinion on it. And that is the end of this article. It was a short one, but it's a very interesting one, I think. So the question we have to ask here is, do we think that Miley actually saw a UFO and an alien, or do you think that she was just high on weed wax? Well, first of all, in order to get a little bit of an understanding of the experience, I actually had to look up what weed wax was in the first place because I had never heard of it before. So I looked up what is weed wax, and weed wax is essentially a more concentrated form of marijuana that they make from marijuana. It involves heating it and adding things to it, and basically you're getting the marijuana concentrate, if that makes sense. So it's a much more powerful form of marijuana that you can smoke. It's like this gooey, gunky kind of substance. Now, the reason I bring that up is because I think that's important to this article, because it tells you that the drug that she was taking is much more powerful than what we consider normal marijuana. And depending on how old you are, your opinion of how powerful marijuana is also will vary, because I come from a time in the late 70s, early 80s where marijuana was a drug that a lot of people did, and you would kind of smoke it and it would make you giggle and make you hungry. But the marijuana nowadays that people are smoking is way more powerful. It is much, much stronger than the weed that everybody smoked back in the day. Now, I do not have a lot of personal experience with marijuana. I have Tourette's syndrome. That's why every once in a while you'll hear like breathing sounds or weird stuff like that on my videos, is because I have Tourette's. And my Tourette's is essentially like facial tics and little things like and stuff like that. So I can't ingest many drugs at all because I never know how that's going to affect me, because Tourette's has to do with your brain chemistry, and it is essentially an impulse control disease. So I don't want to put anything into my body that will alter my consciousness or cause me to have less control than what I have sober. So I'm telling you all that because I want you to understand this is not from personal experience. So I'm going to lean on you as the audience for this portion because I want to know in the comments, do you think that weed wax would be powerful enough to cause somebody to hallucinate seeing a UFO and an alien? Or do you think that it might have been enough to get her high, but if she says she saw it, then she saw it? Now, we're assuming she's not lying about it. Okay, let's just assume for the purpose of this that she's telling the truth, that she did actually see this. The question is the marijuana, the weed wax, did that make her hallucinate it, or is it real? From all the study that I've done on it and the research that I've done looking into it, it doesn't appear to me that it could cause hallucinations. But there's a difference between what I call book learning and street learning. Okay, people that actually have experience with this will know much better than a book or the internet on telling me whether it's possible. So let me know down in the comments if you are somebody who is familiar with weed wax, whether you do it yourself or you know people that do it. Is it potent enough to cause hallucinations? And could that be the explanation for what Miley claims that she saw? Or do you believe that she saw an actual UFO? Now, I know that there have been reports of UFOs in that area. Old Boy lives in that area. So Old Boy could tell you as well. I should have brought him on for this. That would have been smarter. But maybe we'll do an episode of Staring down the line about this article and this idea and see what he has to say about it. But this is the area that he lives in. So there have been alien sightings there. There's also been reports from witnesses in different areas about UFOs that were the same kind of basic shape as this. Not every UFO is the round flying saucer like UFO that everybody thinks about when you think about a UFO. There have been UFO reports that say that it's more of a triangular shape, which is what a snowplow shape would be. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. That is consistent with some reporting on UFO sightings. So I'm going to say I don't have any reason to doubt that Miley Cyrus saw a UFO if she says she saw a UFO. She's a lot of things. Whether you like Miley Cyrus or you don't like Miley Cyrus, she's a lot of things, but she is not a liar that I've seen. I don't see any record of her constantly lying and being called out for it. So I have no reason to believe that she would be lying about this. I actually, believe it or not, I actually have some respect for her because I've seen some interviews that she did when I was preparing for this video. And whether you agree with her or not, or you like her music or not, is immaterial. But she's somebody that lives life on her own terms and doesn't allow people to tell her how she's going to live. And I can respect that. So my ruling on it is I have no reason to doubt it. I mean, if she says she saw an alien, then that's cool. She saw an alien. I'm cool with that. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And as always, thank you for all your support. And I hope that you enjoyed this article. The title of it caught me. When I was scrolling through and I saw this article, I thought, whoa, Miley Cyrus saw an alien. What the hell's up with that? So I clicked on it to read it, and I thought it would be something you would enjoy. So as always, thanks again, and I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.